Good evening all and welcome back to another video on All Hail the Ale. We are going back to the northeast tonight for another beer. My previous beer was Newcastle Brown Ale. We are heading to Newcastle again for a Wylam beer, and the beer in question poses a question. Is there music in your dreams? This one. It's a double IPA from Wylam Other Half, and it is there music in your dreams? That could be a whole other video. Is there music in your dreams? Music features a lot in my dreams. Awful lot. I love music, but that's another story, like I say. It is a double IPA. It weighs in at 8.2%, and it is, of course, from Wylam and Other Half. It tells me there are some decent hops in here. There are some Ella T90, Citra Cryo hops, Idaho 7T90, and Denali T90. So I'm expecting something big and powerful, and yeah, I've avoided all reviews on this beer so far just so I can make sure that I give it an honest and unbiased opinion. And as always with Wylam artwork, I love it. I mean, you've got some quality artwork going on, and the design is by Real Eyes. Real-eyes.co.uk is listed on the can if you want to go and check out their work. It's fantastic. It's insightful, it's deep, it's artistic, it's wonderful. And if the beer is anything to represent, dial it back. If the artwork is anything to go by, the beer inside will be fantastic as well. Yeah, so there we are. Like I say, it's 8.2% double IPA. It's just inside the double IPA territory. And yeah, there we are. Acquired, as always, most 99.9% of my craft beer is acquired from Otter's Tears in Burslem in Stoke-on-Trent. Give him a look out. Phil is a fantastic guy. He'll sort you out with anything that you like. Anyway, let's crack on with the beer. Let's open it up and pour it out. And then we can get to the topic of the score. So there we are. It is quite pale. It's not heavily carbonated at all, as we can evident by the slightly aggressive pour. And with an aggressive pour, we've got that. We have got a finger's worth of white head, tight, compact, 99% of, on an orange juice looking beer. Look at that. There you are. It's slightly hazy. I can't see through it. There's no real action to speak of carbonation wise. Looks like orange juice. What does it smell like? Ooh. It's reminiscent of another beer that Wylam did not so long ago. I'm not going to say its name, just in case I'm wrong, in as much as it doesn't live up to expectations. But as we know, Wylam put out absolutely astonishingly good beers, and I hope this is just as good. So we've got slightly tropical, a fairly generic tropical scent. My hay fever is still giving me grief, so I'm not getting the full benefit. I'm getting a bit of mango, a little bit of guava. I'm getting guava, that kind of, a little bit of passion fruit, supplemented by a little bit of kind of sherbety orange and lemon, that kind of sweeter citrus. There we are. Let's have a little bit of a taste. Cheers all. Ooh. It's pleasant, but not what I was expecting. It's slightly less bitter than I was expecting and hoping for, but it's very tasty. First off, the body is It's almost marshmallowy. It's not overly thick, but it's thick enough to give you that kind of intention, if you know what I mean. And there is a subtle but obvious savoury note, and it works really well. On the finish at the back end, it's almost oniony in a good way, but it's preceded by a fairly, if you talk at it in like a waveform, like audio, where it's not got big peaks and troughs, it's fairly consistent. I suppose you could say it's well balanced. I'm struggling to give you definite flavours here. Probably because, like I say, my ENT kind of platform is a little bit muted at the minute. There is a little bit of orange. There's something a little bit sharper coming through. But it's hard to say exactly what it is, but I like it. It's very, very well balanced. It's an extremely well constructed beer. It's got a little bit of bitterness. It's very low on the bitterness side. It's got a huge body to it. It's got a sweetness. It's got, when I say it's not bitter, but there is enough there to balance that sweetness, and it works really, really well. It is kind of that confused dream state. That kind of moment where you're not really sure, are you dreaming? Is it real? That kind of thing, you're not quite sure what you're tasting, but you like it. And this is that. I really do applaud Wylam for putting out something different to what they normally do. And I say what they normally do. What I've tried of Wylam's has been bitter, dank, hop heavy, and I love that. I really do. With things like the Dank Marvin, which is what I was thinking of earlier, the aromas were similar. That was absolute beer perfection for me. Then you go back a little bit further and dial up the ABV, and you go to the Midnight Train from Biker. That was an absolute brilliant beer again. It smashes you in the face with a baseball bat of hops. It was just brilliant. It was bitter, insanely so, and hoppy. And this is the other end of that scale. This is if you imagine a Lamborghini that's been given an Audi makeover. It's made so much more sensible, so much more appealing to many, as opposed to the hopheads like me. This is Wylam dialed back, and it's good. It's very good. I would not hesitate to recommend it. I mean, sure, I love them hoppier, I love them more bitter, but this is balanced perfectly. It really is. I mean, yeah, that finish, it's sweet, but not overly so. There is that hint of orange. There is that hint of something a bit more tropical. Though it's the guava and maybe the papaya, that kind of thing. It works really, really well. Yeah, there we are. So, is there music in your dreams? In mine, definitely. Definitely is. Would I go and buy this again? Well, I would. Without question. I would like to use a beer like this to balance out my massively hopped, smash you in your face like a freight train beers, because occasionally I want a bit of something different, and this would fit the bill. It fits the bill because it's tasty as hell. It fits the bill because it's 8.2%, you know, and it fits the bill because it's Wylam. It's great. They put out some consistently brilliant beers, and this collaboration with Other Half is no exception at all. It's great. Would I rush out and buy it again? I think I would. Would I give it top marks? No, but that's because it doesn't fit my insanely hopped and bitter tick boxes like their Dank Marvin did, or Midnight Train. So I would give Is There Music in Your Dreams, I would give it, you take into account the fact that it's not as hoppy as I would normally like, it's not as bitter as I would normally like. Does it represent good value for money? Well, this 440ml can set me back £6.50 from Otter's Tears, as I've already mentioned. It represents pretty good value for money. I would give, therefore, Wylam and Other Half's Is There Music in Your Dreams, I would give it a solid 4.5 out of 5. There we are. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, before I go and drink all of this beer, I'm going to thank you all for watching and let you know that I appreciate every single one of your comments, likes and subscriptions. Thank you for watching. This has been The Beer. I've been Nick, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.